Okay, great to have you here, and I just want to thank you and acknowledge you for taking action, and doing something to improve your life. And this is you're gonna experience as we go through these three videos or this three-part online video course. You're gonna experience some shifts and changes in how you view the world, but also some principles that you can use immediately to start creating the transformation that you want. My name is Patrick Dardal, and I'm going to be your coach and facilitator throughout this program. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself in a sec. But for now, I just want you to know that you've come to the right place, and I'm going to probably what we're going to do here is we're going to go through a few things, and I'm going to share them with you here in a sec. But for now, I just want you to know that we're gonna break some myths here, and we're going to break some myths about self-help. We're going to break some myths about what it really takes to create change and transformation in your life, and what it takes to actually get the results that you want, to experience the freedom that you really want, and align yourself with your true purpose, with your true talents, gifts, and skills that you have. So we have a lot to cover, and I'm going to do my best to keep the videos as effective and short as possible. However, I do want to impart as much knowledge as I can with you and principles as I can, because I know it will benefit you. So bear with me. In this video series, or this three-part online video course, what we're going to go through is the four things you do to limit yourself, and that stops you from creating the life you want. And the thing is, we all have been guilty of doing these things, and most of us do them on a daily basis. So I'm going to go through them with you, because when you know what they are and you become aware of what they are, you can step back and decide not to take part in those four things anymore. And I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense now, it will make sense as we go through the videos and the course. Second thing we want to go through is also what you really want and why you don't have it. What you really want is probably not what you're thinking of. So if I ask you what you want from your life today, you're going to tell me a few different things, but most likely it won't be what you really want. You think you think that it's what you really want. But as you see, when we go into that segment, you're going to understand what I'm talking about, and also I'm going to show you why you don't have it, and also what it takes to get it and have that, because that's what you really want. Also, we're going to go through, why problems are not the problems, and because many times we get so focused on thinking that the problem is the problem, but I'm going to show you in this segment why problems are not the problem and what the real problem is. Okay, so why do we have problems? Okay, so we're going to go through that, and once you have the awareness of that, you can stop doing it. You can make a decision, not to engage in that anymore. And also what we want to do is we're going to go through where are your limitations, obstacles, and barriers. And we many times look in the wrong place, and a lot of self-help is also looking in the wrong place when it comes to freeing yourself and getting you to experience true results. But here we're talking about your limitations, obstacles, and barriers. Where do they really exist? And when you have that real answer to where they really exist, not where you think they exist, but where they really exist, you can actually start to take actions and steps towards letting go of those limitation, obstacles, barriers. So when I say limitations, what do I mean? I mean there's both internal limitations. You might set a goal that I'm gonna create this business, or I'm gonna earn this amount of money, and then what happens 3-4 weeks into that goal? Most of the time we have our fears and doubts and worries coming up. We also have what I call PDF. We procrastinate, we get distracted, and we're not following through. So what we want to do is we want to be able to let those things go. So we're going to look at where do these things really exist. And finally what we want to do is look into how do you actually create the life that you want and achieve the goals that you want easily and effortlessly. And it might sound like all of this might sound like a big promise, but I think as we go through these three-part online video course, you're going to experience it as a truth as well. So let's get straight into it. I don't want to waste any more time. I just wanted to give you a quick introduction, and let's get straight into the course. And we're going to go, and I'm going to go in and talk a little bit about myself Me. But the reason is so you know who I am, and because I'm going to be your coach and facilitator through these videos, so you know where I'm coming from, and I think that's a good thing, so we can get to know each other. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so the story of me, basically I've been always, not always, that's a bit of a generalization, but since I was young, you know, even, you know, 14, 15, even younger than that, but 14, 15 is when I started my journey into self-help and was interested in how the mind works, and I started to read books. And I remember I was reading a book from Wayne Dyer called "Sky's the Limit." It was in English, and I was living in Sweden at the time, so I didn't, you know, reading an English book when I'm 15 called "Sky's the Limit" by Wayne Dyer. At that time was a bit over my head, but I persisted and I read as much as I could, and I took what I could from that book. And what it did, it inspired me to learn more about the mind and about life, and you know what makes people tick, and how come some certain people create, you know, really great results in their lives and feeling fulfilled and happy, and others don't. So that took me on a journey, and it's been a journey now for over 25 years, where I've been researching, you know, going into different trainings myself, attending seminars, reading books, and I've been doing that, and I've been, you know, obsessed with it, if you want, to find answers, because I wanted to know, you know, what works. And part of what I did after I read Sky's the Limit, I read another book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and some of you have most likely read it, and that inspired me to look into, you know, communication and influence and creating an impact in people's lives. And so I studied quite avidly between 15 and 18 a lot of books around sales and influence and communication. And not only that, an important part of all of this is to actually applied it and implemented the things into my own life. And as an example, when I was around 15, 16, I started to do phone sales in the evenings, and I applied what I learned from these books into my sales experience. And when I was 18, I went straight into real estate and became a real estate agent, and within a shorter time had my own company doing real estate. So that's a little bit of story about me, uh, but I've always had a passion and an interest in you know, the mind, life, how it all works, and communication. I'm an international trainer of NLP, and I'm also an international master trainer and developer of something called Quantum NLP, which is my own methodology, where I combined Eastern philosophies, energy psychology, neuroscience, and biology with you know, the Western approach to change, and that's what I call Quantum NLP. What you see here in the Limitless program that I'm sharing with you now, of course, this is a short program, but I'm distilling the most important principle that I think will have the greatest impact in your life if you apply them. I'm also a master life coach. You know, I've coached and trained thousands of people in the last 5 years alone. And I've been coaching and enjoying that process, and enjoying the process of seeing certain corporations that I've been working with applying these principles and having great results. So I've studied everything from NLP, neurosemantics, energy psychology, quantum physics, Eastern philosophy, you know, neuroscience, biology, and how this all relates to change. And I've been an avid study of many different ologies and methodologies for change. So that's a bit about me. I'm married with my beautiful wife, Marie, and we're enjoying our life and what we do in our spare times, you know, so you know, get to know me a little bit. You know, I like food. I love eating different cultures, food from different cultures, traveling, spending time with my family is very important, and with my friends. And also it's important for me to expand and grow as a being and as a human being. And me and my wife are on that path ourselves, and we're continuously researching and developing ourselves. And I also love movies, as you can see here. You know, I love the Bourne trilogy, for example. 24 is another show that I enjoy, and The Matrix is another movie, and The Legend of Baggy Vance. So there's a few movies that I really enjoy, and all of these movies have some connection to the principles that I'm sharing with you. As an example, the Bourne trilogy, there's the Bourne character, for example, is just so focused and has a very strong intention, and even though has a lot of obstacles, barriers and limitations happening in his environment, he's just breaking through them with his pure intention and taking action. And also another thing is that he's in a state where he's not emotionally has emotional garbage, putting him down. He's freeing himself from that by having a very strong intention and pushing through, and it seems effortless. And those are the kind of things that I enjoy when I watch a movie, and it's quite good action. Anyway, that's a little bit about me. Let's get into the next slide. So how do you get the most out of this 3-part online video course? Well, first of all, don't believe anything I say. Don't believe anything anyone says, but just take it for checking in your own experience, in your own life, and see if it's true for you. Because if it's true for you in your own experience, then it's true. Have an open mind to what I'm going to share with you, because some of these concepts that I'll be sharing might not be, obviously, it might be expanding your mind, and some of these things you might not have heard before. But just take everything for checking and have a willingness to see outside your own model of the world, and just have that open mind, and know that some of the things I say you might think, well, you know what, this is bullshit, or this is crap, I don't believe it. And some of the things you might think, well, this is great, it really works, I love it. So it's up to you, but my recommendation and suggestion is, first of all, don't believe anything anyone says, because there's enough of that, in media and so on, and we'll be told what to believe and what to think. I think it's important that you think what you want to think, but to do that you need to have an open mind. Take it for checking. Take the information I'm giving you and check it within your own experience and your own life, and if it's true, use it. If you don't like it, throw it away. That's all right. The choice is yours, and be willing to be challenged, because I might challenge you, and as your coach, or as a good coach, I will challenge you, probably a bit softly here, at least in this 3-part online video course. And if you decide to work more with me, then you'll be definitely challenged, and you'll also have a big transformation. However, also take responsibility. No one is, and I've spelled responsibility not correctly here, so forgive me for that. I'll take full responsibility for that. However, let's take full responsibility. So the experiences that you have, take full responsibility for them. Take full responsibility to be present with these videos. I know that they might be up to half an hour each, but the reason is because I really want you to learn the principles and apply them in your own life. Otherwise, it's useless. If you don't apply them and take it for checking and see if they're true in your own experience, it's not going to be worth anything to you. So yes, these videos might be a bit long, but my hope is that you'll take it on, watch them, and you can also, if you want, download them and watch them whenever you want to. But take full responsibility for your experience. That's what I'm wanting to say with this long drawn talk. All right, let's get straight into it, and we're going to start with the 4 things that limits you. So let's get into it, and let's see what it is.